What is going on, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to the fourth and final round of Locals feature matches for this week. Yeah, we've got Blue Eyes Punk on the left versus Zombie Punk on the right. Punk Engine being very, very popular in the last few months. Yeah, like who turns out like Chaos Ruler plus Hulk Axis, you know, is kind of nice in a lot of decks. So we're gonna see the Zombie deck win the die roll here, leading off with Emergency Teleport, going for Xiamen, paying 600 to go ahead and add the Foxy Tune. And then we're going to go ahead and see Deer Note already in hand. Unless he added Deer Note. But either way, Deer Note, reveal Foxy, summon Deer Note, discard Foxy, Synchro 8 for Chaos Ruler, Chainlink 1 Chaos Ruler, Chainlink 2 Deer Note. Go ahead and summon back out the Foxy Tune. And then we're going to see the Chaos Ruler, Mill 5, Ash, Zombie World, Mizuki, Ready Fusion, and Artifact Scythe. So you guys could probably already guess what's going to be happening here. Or maybe not. This Scythe may be brought out in an unconventional way. We're going to see the Zombie Vampire come down now, milling 4. A Gozuki, Reborn, Itali, Ash, and then 2 Dictator of D's. I almost said Lord of D. Not the same card. One's very old, one's new. 2 Dictator of D, an Ash, and something else. We're seeing him summon out the Ash. And then we're going to see a normal summoned Necroworld Banshee. And then we're going to see him link off the Zombie Vampire and the Ash Blossom and Joy Spring for a copy of Helka Fibrax. Helka Fibrax effect. Go ahead and summon out a level 3 lower tuner from the deck. And we're going to see him summon out a... I literally don't know what that card is, but we're going to see him synchro. I think it's a card that like can become Plague Spreader. It is Mad Mauler. That's what it is. And then we're going to see him synchro for the Immortal Dragon. Which I'm also going to pull that up. Mortal Dragon, level 6 Synchro. During your main phase, you can send 1 zombie monster from your deck to the graveyard. If you do, this card's level becomes the difference in the original levels of that monster and this card. So just using it for level manipulation. We're going to see him use the Necroworld Banshee. Go ahead and get the Zombie World on field. And then we're going to see him summon out the Chaos Ruler here. And the Immortal Dragon is also a tuner. So he modified the level here to make it a level 2. So we can synchro into Baron to Fleur. So Omni Negate already established. So now we're going to see him use Mad Mauler's Graveyard effect to reduce Baron's level by 2 to go ahead and special summon it. Then he can go ahead and Synchro 10 for what I think is Red Eye's Zombie Dragon Lord. Which is an interesting card. During your opponent's turn quick effect, you can target a zombie monster in your graveyard, except itself, and special summon it. So just like a quick effect monster reborn. Then we're going to see him use Mizuki to go ahead and banish himself to bring out Baron, which is now considered a zombie because Zombie World is up. We'll see him use another Mizuki to go ahead and revive the Gozuki. And then the Gozuki effect, which I'm not sure what its effect is. During your main phase, you can send a zombie monster from your deck to the graveyard. So he's going to go ahead and send another Mad Mauler. And then another new like level 6 zombie that I think also came out in Dimension Force. He's going to go ahead and dump another zombie to the grave. A lot of cards that I don't know what they do. So we're going to also see him go for the Vampire Sucker. I know what this card does. I think anytime a zombie monster is like summoned from the grave, you can go ahead and draw a card. And he also gets Ballardrock access through this combo as well. And not only will get the Ballardrock on board, but he will get to draw because of Vampire Sucker. A zombie was summoned. And I can summon from either player's grave, which is pretty nice, especially when Zombie World is in play. And then we're going to see Baron in the standby phase, or, well, not Baron effect, but the Red Eyes Zombie Dragon Lord. It says, during your opponent's turn, quick effect, target a zombie monster in the graveyard except itself and special summon it. So targeting the Scythe, which is now treated as a zombie because of Zombie World, to summon it out. And then thus Scythe locking the opponent. Now, if you guys saw the feature match from the last round, you know, you kind of got a bit of an idea of what this Blue Eyes Punk deck likes to do. Doesn't really rely so much on the extra deck. We can definitely take advantage of getting some big beaters on the field like Jet Dragon and regular old Blue Eyes. So it might not be super affected here by the Scythe lock, although it is definitely going to cut him off of the Punk Engine, cut him off of, you know, Hulka Fibrax, all that stuff. Link Kuriboh to be able to get those stones in the graveyard so they can trigger in the end phase. So definitely going to be kind of impactful here. We'll see this go through. Opting not to negate with the Baron, which I don't really see, you know, a reason to negate that with the Baron right now. You can just kind of hold it for something more threatening or revealing. Itali, Xiamen, Blue Eyes, Ash, Skill Drain. I think another Blue Eyes. So we'll go ahead and actually take the Blue Eyes. It's always interesting to see like anybody just add a big vanilla monster to their hand. The only like insane vanilla monster I can think of right now in the game is the Sunseed Genius Loki. Card kind of goes crazy when it resolves. We'll see him activate Foxy Tune. And it will resolve, so we will go ahead and discard the Blue Eyes White Dragon from the hand. To go summon a punk monster in the deck that is not a level 8, so we'll go for the Xiamen. And I don't think he's going to actually end up using the Xiamen here. I think he has Sage in hand, so I think we might see him use Sage. And just reading the Red-Eye Zombie Dragon Lord. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one zombie monster you control, special summon this card. So if he does clear the Zombie Dragon Lord, he can revive it, you know, next turn. Kind of like Chaos Ruler, but with less cost. You don't need a light and dark. Just banish a zombie monster he controls. Then we're going to see him activate Sage with Eyes of Blue in the hand. That will resolve. Go ahead and summon a Blue Eyes monster from the deck. And really nice to be able to get access to a 3K beater without having to rely on going into the extra deck. Always nice to have a main decked boss monster, especially in this day and age where Artifact Scythe is so prevalent. So the Jet Dragon will arrive. My man's private jet. Of course, it does have the battle phase effect to bounce a card. Then we're going to see him normal summon the White Stone of the Ancients. And it looks like on the summon, at least on the resolution of the summon, the in quotes open game state, we're going to see his opponent activate Helcaphybrax to go ahead and summon a Synchro Tuner from the extra deck. And I imagine we might see something like Formula Synchron here. Yep, it looks like he will go for Formula. Formula will let him draw, and then he'll chain the effect to Synchro. And then he's going to go for the Shiranui Samurai Saga. I think that's what it is. So many cards in this deck that I am not familiar with. My apologies. Yeah, it is the... Or I don't know if it's the Sun Saga. It might be the Sun Saga, actually. I think that's what it might be. And then it says, if this card is special, you can return any number of your zombie synchro monsters that are banished from your graveyard to the extra deck. Then you can destroy cards your opponent controls. Equal number of return zombie cards. So you can go ahead and just clear the Jet Dragon. He goes battle phase, crashes, end phase effect of Stone. Baron negates it, and that's just going to be a wrap right there. So we are into a game 2. Zombie Punk up 1-0 over the Blue Eyes Punk deck. Obviously in game 2, we're going to see Blue Eyes opt to go first here, starting with the Dictator of D to dump the Blue Eyes to summon, and then we're going to see a Pot of Prosperity resolve here. And as he does that, quick reminder, guys, don't forget to check out my affiliate link to TCG Player down in the description of all my videos. Anytime you guys shop and check out using that link, a small bit of the revenue from your purchase goes right back into the channel and helps out a ton. So it looks like we will be digging deep here with this Prosperity, going for 6 cards. It looks like we're going to Ash the Prosperity. Cutting the opponent off of seeing 6 card deep never really sounds like a bad idea. We're going to see him normal summon a Stone, go for Hulk. You got to try to force the Ash out of their hand at some point. Then we're going to see Hulk summon out another Stone, linking the Stone into Linkuriboh. And he has 2 stones in the graveyard, setting 2, end phase. Both stones will trigger to summon Blue Eyes monsters from the deck. And he's probably going to go ahead and grab, double Jet Dragon here. So now nothing on the field can be destroyed by card effects. It's kind of like the Dupe Frog, like double Dupe Frog interaction, where, it makes it so you can't attack any monsters. But also, since they are level 8s, you can tag into Formula to go for Baron and get a draw. We're going to see a draw phase anti-spell, which looks like isn't doing too much here. I only see 1 spell right now in our zombie player's hand. It looks to be maybe Zombie World. And keeping me off Zombie World is definitely not a bad thing. So anti-spell really only trading for 1 card here, but it's a pretty good card to actually go ahead and trade with. We're going to see him resolve the Foxy Tune to go ahead and summon out a Xiamen on resolution of the Foxy Tune. We're going to see him summon Formula, draw a card, and then Synchro into Baron. So now has an Omni Negate established. I think there's a skill drain set as well, so probably holding the skill drain if he's able to out the Baron and continue playing. But it looks like he will not be able to do that, and we are into a game 3 after a very grindy game 1. Game 2 going very quickly. We're going to see game 3 here, and lead with the Xiamen, paying 6 to go ahead and search a Foxy Tune. Also, a reminder, guys, check out Imperium Duelist at the link below. Don't forget to use my discount code WinnerKills10 off at checkout to save 10% off your entire order and support the channel in the entire process. They got amazing playmats, deck boxes, sleeves, and more. So the Foxy Tune is going to get ashed this time around. Sometimes ashing Foxy Tune, like ashing Foxy Tune, I don't want to say is like bad. I think ashing Foxy Tune is always a decent call, or even hitting Xiamen. I think once you get to the point where like you let them make Chaos Ruler, and they're getting Chaos Ruler Chainlink 1, and then Deer Note Chainlink 2. I think at that point, if you're hand trapping, like you're using a Veiler and Imperm on the Chaos Ruler, you're already just like losing card advantage because now they get to make Hulk for free. Sure, they don't get the Chaos Ruler mills, but like they still get to establish Hulk, where if you stop them earlier on, it makes things a little more uncertain. We're gonna see Foolish dump Plague Spreader ulti. Love to see it. He'll stack, and then link for the Hulk, and then Hulk effect. Also, speaking of Hulk and Plague Spreader, there's like a 1-card combo that requires like 2 discards that lets you get into Gigantic Sprite and Baron de Fleur all with just 1 E-Telly and a couple discards. Kind of crazy. I really don't see E-Telly being around at 3 for much longer, but like the Punk stuff, like how are you gonna keep selling the Punk stuff, right, if you don't have E-Telly in the game? I don't know, maybe they should print an archetypal E-Telly for Punks. I think that would do the deck a lot of justice. But we're gonna see him just go ahead and go into a Appaloosa with 3 materials, I believe. We'll see if my man Johnny and his private jets can deal with the Appaloosa for 3. Bit of an underwhelming board here compared to what we saw game 1, turn 1. That was a pretty crazy end board, especially with Zombie World. Like, I mean, Zombie World sometimes on its own just beats certain decks just for free without even considering any other cards, like Fluandereeze, Earth Machine, etc., etc. Yeah, any deck that relies on its attributes being what they are normally supposed to be. Or not attributes, type. We're going to see a Prosperity go for 6. This will not get interrupted by anything here. Assuming he, probably doesn't have an Ash in hand to stop that. We're going to go ahead and see him grab a Droplet. So this is going to end Appaloosa's entire career right now. But, I mean, of course, there's no reason to just Droplet immediately. You kind of want to commit something and then chain the Droplet when he tries to negate. Looks like he has Dictator of D in hand. Or no, that was Sage. It looked like Dictator of D for a second. But we're going to see him normal summon Sage. Sage is going to go ahead and try to add a level 1 light tuner. And we're going to see him attempt to negate with the Appaloosa. He knows he has the Droplet, so just get it out of the way now. Chain Droplet. Sending off the Sage. Going to go ahead and search Effect Veiler. Now, Appaloosa is negated and halved, so its attack is frozen at 1200 right now. That's the way these rulings work, because Droplet halves then negates. So Appaloosa's attack will be stuck at 1200 till the end phase, where its attack will go to 0. So we're going to see Foxy Tune activate now. That will resolve. No Ash there. If there's no Ash in the Prosperity, if there's no Ash in the Foxy Tune, I find it hard to believe that there's an Ash in hand. I could be making myself look like a goofball right now if the last card in our zombie player's hand is unknown. But still, that's a good way to look at just like playing into boards in general. A way you can kind of like just deduce that your opponent doesn't have a certain hand trap by passing certain points of interaction, if that makes any sense. It was really, really fun to do playing Sword Soul. Because there was like some definitely telltale ways to like predict if your opponent had hand traps or not based on what cards you could resolve. But we're going to go ahead and see him get into Chaos Ruler and get a Dictator of D on field alongside a Xiamen. That's going to allow him to go ahead and get access to Hulk. And Hulk's going to summon out the White Stone of the Ancients, which is, a level 1 tuner. So, I mean, it being a tuner is really nice because Hulk can grab it, right? But also being level 1 is cool because it pairs well with the Chaos Ruler to go for Hot Red. And then we're going to see him banish a light and a dark, a Dictator of D. Plenty of light targets in grave. You got Blue Eyes, you got Sage, you got Effect Veiler, I think was in there. Summon back the Chaos Ruler. And then we're going to see him go Battle Phase. Hot Red will swing over at 32 for 2,000 damage. Chaos Ruler swinging in for 3k. Hulk swinging in for 15. Which This should be half damage too. I'll make sure I make note of that so I can go back and fix the life point. So half damage because of prosperity. So the opponent isn't close to getting OTK'd there. End phase, double white stone triggering to bring out 2 massive bodies, double jet dragon, Valor in hand, plus Hulk to go for Baron and hot red. So 3 interruptions there to his opponent's 2 card, and that is the match. Blue Eyes, Punk taking it 2-1. And yeah, that's going to do it for this match. If you guys enjoyed. And last but not least, a special thank you goes to our Divine Level channel members who are Tweeter0226, Pony Stark, Cadillacs84, Justin Lamb, and HDH Cyber. Thank you guys so much as always for showing me kind and generous support of the channel.